Is yoga demonic? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. My name is Charles. I'm a yoga teacher, abolitionist, um, educator, and um, yeah. And today we're gonna talk about a question that I saw floating around TikTok, like I think last year, and I was gonna take time to answer it then and make a quick little response, but we're gonna answer it here. So, is yoga demonic? Short answer, no. I think what took me so long to make this video is because of how like upset I get because of the question. We're gonna start off with this. Christianity has a long history in which it demonizes um, cultures and demonizes beliefs that they don't understand. So if something like doesn't make sense, religion seems to demonize it and make it seem like it's the devil taking over your body, and that's completely not true. The second problem I have is that Christianity has this thing where it tends to like shift blame for its actions. It's like, oh, if you was doing X, Y, and Z, it probably was just a demonic spirit over you. And the problem I have with um, this rhetoric around like calling things demonic is that the things that actually be demonic, Christians don't be having no problem with, like capitalism. Yeah, like the G word that's going on in them countries that we call the middle of the opposite of where we are. Um, yeah, or like homophobia, or um, like misogyny, or greed. Say that one again, greed. These are things that I would consider demonic spirits that I never hear um, the Christians who call yoga demonic talk about. I wonder why. I'll let you sit with that. So let's get into what yoga is. Yoga is a 5,000-year-old practice that first came from the observation that all our sensory organs face outward. That led ancient um, gurus and sages to come to the reality that we're always looking outward for something. We're always looking for something. We're always reaching for something. We're always trying to grab. We're always trying to feel the next thing. What's going to give me some endorphins? Um, yeah, life under capitalism is a constant spectrum of looking outwards for things to fill our need inwards. And yoga, the ancient yogis realized that 5,000 years ago. So with that observation, they realized that we will never actually be satisfied or be in a place of peace if we're constantly traveling between being way, way, way hyperstimulated and being having no stimulation at all. Um, you can kind of see this in the way that doctors diagnose people with like bipolar disorder, or I don't even think they call it that anymore, um, or like manic depression, or any of those things, any of those like anxiety and then depression, or any of those like high energy and then like low energy things. Um, Yoga realizes that if we like always had our senses outwards, that these things will happen. So what the ancient yogis did was like, let's see what happens when we draw our senses inwards. And what they found was this practice now that we call yoga. So a lot of us are familiar with asanas or the physical postures, but yoga is so much more than just the physical postures. It's breath work, it's meditation, and it has a whole nother like several limbs that yogis in the West call the 8 year limb path that you can get into. And all of this, so just for reference, all this information comes from the Yoga Sutras. Hold on. This book here, the Yoga Sutras. I see a lot of people who talk about this topic and they never give reference to like where, what demons. They just say demons. And that's just very interesting. So this is the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali's. This is, I think, this is probably the most popular copy of this book. Um, this is probably the one that you probably will see the most if like you're in yoga spaces. This is probably somewhere in the studio. Probably a teacher has it. This is around. Um, so the Yoga Sutras says that yoga means to yoke or to join, and my the translation bust her open and read it for you. So the way that this book was written, it was written in a way that if you get it, you're not gonna have to read the whole book. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't.
I literally told you chittering eating bitches. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. Obviously, you don't get it because you're not that girl.
The first Yoga Sutra says, now the exploration of yoga is being made. So just going on this journey of inwards, like inward focus, just starting this journey of trying to change, looking outwardly, is the practice of yoga. So this is the Yoga Sutra that I stop on. Yoga Sutra 1.2, which transfers to the restraint of the modifications of the mind stuff is yoga. So this is where we get the first definition of yoga. Um, this is in Sanskrit. So basically, chitta means mind stuff. So what is mind stuff? Mind stuff is basically your senses. So um, the thought of, oh, I'm hungry, or the and following that path of like, oh, what should I eat? This would be good. Oh, if I do that, I have to go get food. Oh, I don't have any bacon, so I gotta go to the store and get bacon. Or while I'm at the store, I might as well get some laundry detergent because I gotta do laundry. See, that's the mind stuff. A lot of us know this as our own. I got a little ADHD. So this is why yoga is a good practice because it can help you restrain those things. It can help you notice that flow of thought and bring you back to your body. Um, yeah. So my personal definition of yoga is the act of radically removing the physical and mental things that keep the inner awareness, the mind, separate from the outer awareness, resulting in the realization and experience of the whole self. So yeah, that's my personal definition of yoga. You can take that and make your own, or and that's basically what I get from reading the result of the modification of the mind stuff is yoga. Um, in the Yoga Sutras, it goes into like a deeper definition of what they're saying. I'm not gonna read all this to you because we neuro spicy over here, and yeah, dyslexia is not happening. Um, yeah, but yeah, always remember, do not take anything that somebody tells you at face value. Do your research. Don't believe me. Go buy a book. Go buy this book. Read it. See if it makes you what you feel, how you feel after reading. Go to a studio. Talk to some teachers. Talk to teachers of color. Talk to people who are of Indian descent. Talk to black people. Talk to yeah. Talk to the people who actually do this practice to keep their self mentally well, physically well, and you'll see that this is more than just like movement. You'll see that this is more than just like a fad. You'll see that this is something that you probably need to use with whatever spiritual practices you have. Because another part of yoga is devotion. So being devoted to coming on your mat, being devoted to praying, being devoted to reading the Bible, being devoted to that's part of this practice. Um, yeah. So I encourage you to look it up, do your own research. Don't demonize other people's cultures or beliefs just because they're different from yours. And I'll see y'all. Follow me everywhere. Click like and subscribe, and we will be easy. Bye, y'all.